So, hey everyone, welcome to Taurus37, and I kind of haven't been making as many videos as I used to. I just been taking some time, and just not really doing as much on YouTube, and I was like, okay, well, not that much is going to happen, and then I go and I start checking the Imaginext news sites, and oh my goodness, it's like every freaking thing has dropped. So, I apologize for my absence, people, but some pretty big stuff is actually happening. So, I made a video earlier today where I talked about a new 6-pack which has some amazing variants of characters we've already seen before. We have like a classic Deathstroke, long hair, Nightwing, Silver Brainiac. I never ever thought we would get Silver Brainiac, like literally. I mean, like, that's such an obscure thing. Most people probably don't even know Silver Brainiac, but I'm super happy it's happening. But I'm getting sidetracked here. There is quite a few other DC things coming out in Imaginext that I want to talk about and show some pictures of. But honestly, that's not really the focus of this video. What's kind of crazy is, so basically, this is really big, but it actually looks like Imaginext might be making a Star Wars line, which is kind of impossible and really weird. We've known for a couple of years that Mattel has been trying to make new lines out of Imaginext. Apparently, at one point, there was reportedly a Barbie line. They were looking at WWE, and obviously none of that really ever panned out because it never happened, but apparently they were experimenting with the concept of doing more IPs and stuff like that. We did get Minions, we got Trolls, all that stuff seems to be doing well, but we really haven't had anything as big as DC really come out from them. It looks like that's gonna actually change. Now, I saw this image flying around everywhere, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Galactic Heroes. But then I got to thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute, I don't think they make Galactic Heroes anymore. And then I started looking at the Stormtrooper. If you kind of zoom in, his hands look like the Imaginext style hands, where the fingers are bent in, like the free fingers are bent in a little bit versus the outer fingers. He's standing on a giant power pad, and there's red buttons all over Darth Vader, which is what we see on a lot of the Imaginext stuff. So how did this come to be? Big thing is, Hasbro obviously has the Star Wars rights. Imaginext is made by Mattel. That being said, a couple of, Disney products have been made by Imaginext before, but it's still kind of insane that this is coming out. Honestly, I got to thinking, well, hey, maybe it's just fan-made, but who honestly is going around making fan-made Star Wars Imaginext stuff? I doubt most people really care that much about this toy line, so I don't think this is fan-made. Apparently, at one point, there was a link to this onto Mattels.com. I just said Mattels.com, Mattel's website. Apparently you could actually view this, and it's been taken down. Now, if Mattel took it down, then maybe, I don't know, maybe that means they're working on something, or, maybe this is just a concept. Maybe this isn't something they're going to do, but something they wanted to do. A couple years ago, when they were making Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, they made a Ninja Turtles playset in an attempt to try to get the Ninja Turtles license. Maybe this is like that. But mind you, that Ninja Turtles playset was not as detailed as this. This looks like a full-on product. Again, I'm really not sure how they could even make this, because again, like Hasbro has Star Wars. So maybe this isn't real, maybe this is fake, but I feel like there's a lot of information that we've seen on this, with their website, with the way the picture looks in general. I feel like there's a really good chance that this is real. Whether or not it's ever going to be released is one thing, but it's really fascinating. I am going to be trying to find more images on this. If anybody has seen anything, or if anything in the wild, I seriously doubt anything's going to be in the wild this soon, definitely put it in the comments, because I am just fascinated by this thing's existence. Could you imagine, like, if this is real, like, if we're actually getting more Disney stuff, if at one point they could eventually make a Marvel line? Like, Imaginext has done so many amazing things with DC. Like, it would genuinely be cool to see what they could do with Marvel. I don't think that's ever going to happen. We're getting way too ahead of ourselves. Again, this might not ever release, but I do think this is really cool, and yeah, like I said, I'm just fascinated by this. As for the other things coming out this year, we're going to be getting a Lex Luthor set, which is kind of cool. We don't really get much for him, and it's going to come with a new sculpt for Lex that we haven't seen before, which is really cool. I really like that. And then we're also going to be getting a new XL Batman, which is kind of cool. And then we're also getting this really cool Batman tank, which I really like the look of this thing. Like, I ain't going to lie, this thing looks really good. Yeah, so that's basically what we know so far. And yeah, thank you for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.